If your ankles feel tight, heavy, or swollen by the end of the day, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. Many adults over 60 notice that their feet look fine in the morning, but slowly become uncomfortable as the day goes on. Shoes feel tighter, socks leave deeper marks, and walking feels more tiring than it used to. What most people are never told is that ankle discomfort is often linked to how the body manages fluid and circulation, not just how much you're on your feet. As we age, these systems become less efficient, making it easier for fluid to settle in the lower legs. In this video, we'll talk about one simple daily cup that doctors often recommend to help support ankle comfort and fluid balance. This isn't a quick fix or a miracle drink. It works by gently supporting the body's natural processes that help move excess fluid instead of letting it pool in the ankles. You'll learn why ankle swelling becomes more common after 60, what everyday habits quietly make it worse, and how this daily routine fits safely into senior life. If you're looking for a practical, calming approach to ankle comfort that supports long-term wellness, stay with me. Ankle discomfort and swelling after 60 rarely happen without a reason, yet many people are told it is simply part of aging. In reality, what is happening inside the body is a gradual change in how fluid and circulation are managed. Throughout the day, gravity pulls blood and fluid downward toward the feet and ankles. In younger years, strong veins, healthy valves, and active muscles work together to push that fluid back upward. With age, these systems become less efficient, allowing fluid to collect where gravity pulls it most. One of the main contributors is reduced venous return. Veins rely on one-way valves and muscle contractions to move blood upward. After 60, these valves may not seal as tightly, and muscle activity often decreases. When blood flow slows, fluid seeps into surrounding tissues, leading to the tight, heavy feeling many seniors experience in the evening. Another factor is how the kidneys regulate fluid. The kidneys constantly decide how much water and sodium to keep or release. Aging kidneys may respond more slowly to these signals, especially if circulation is reduced or inflammation is present. When this happens, excess fluid is more likely to stay in the body instead of being eliminated efficiently. Inflammation also plays a role. Low-grade inflammation becomes more common with age and affects blood vessel walls, making them slightly more permeable. This allows fluid to leak out into the tissue space around the ankles, creating visible swelling that often leaves indentations when pressed. Daily habits quietly influence this process. Sitting for long periods, limited movement, and poor hydration patterns all increase the likelihood of fluid pooling. Many seniors drink less water to avoid frequent bathroom trips, but dehydration actually signals the body to hold onto fluid, worsening swelling instead of reducing it. This is where internal support becomes important. A simple daily cup designed to support fluid balance works by gently assisting the body's natural systems rather than forcing rapid changes. Warm or mineral supportive drinks encourage blood vessels to relax slightly, improving circulation. Better circulation allows fluid trapped in the ankles to re-enter the bloodstream and return toward the heart and kidneys. Certain natural compounds also help calm inflammation and support vascular tone. When blood vessel walls are less irritated, they are less likely to leak fluid into surrounding tissue. This does not eliminate swelling instantly, but it helps reduce how much fluid escapes into the ankles over time. Consistency matters more than intensity. One supportive cup taken daily sends a steady signal to the body that fluid balance is being supported. Large amounts taken occasionally often strain the system and produce inconsistent results. Gentle daily support aligns better with how aging bodies adapt. Early improvements are usually subtle. Shoes may feel more comfortable in the evening, sock marks may fade faster, and ankles may feel less tight after sitting. These changes indicate that fluid movement is improving, even if some swelling remains visible. Understanding that ankle discomfort is a circulation and fluid management issue helps explain why internal daily support can make a meaningful difference when combined with light movement, proper hydration timing, and realistic expectations. What you drink each day has a powerful influence on how your body manages fluid, especially after 60. Many people focus on cutting salt or resting more, but overlook how hydration quality, timing, and composition affect ankle comfort. Fluids are processed through the kidneys, circulatory system, and lymphatic system, all of which change with age. Supporting these systems gently helps reduce the tendency for fluid to settle in the ankles. Warm or room temperature drinks are generally easier for aging circulation to handle. Cold drinks can temporarily tighten blood vessels, slowing fluid movement. When circulation slows, fluid has a greater chance of pooling in the lower legs. A daily cup that supports gentle circulation helps keep blood vessels relaxed enough to allow fluid to move upward rather than remain trapped. Mineral balance plays an important role. Swelling is not always caused by too much fluid alone, but by where that fluid is stored. Sodium pulls water into the tissue space, while potassium and magnesium help move water back into cells and circulation. Many older adults consume plenty of sodium but fall short on potassium-rich foods. Certain daily drinks naturally support this balance, helping the body release excess fluid more efficiently. Hydration timing is often overlooked. Drinking supportive fluids earlier in the day allows gravity and movement to assist fluid processing. When large amounts are consumed late in the evening, the body has less opportunity to move fluid before lying down, increasing the chance that it will settle in the ankles overnight. A single daily cup taken earlier supports balance without overloading the system. Inflammation also influences how the body handles fluid. Chronic low-grade inflammation affects blood vessel walls, making them more prone to leakage. Drinks that contain natural anti-inflammatory compounds help calm this irritation, reducing how much fluid escapes into surrounding tissues. This effect builds gradually with consistent use. Digestive comfort matters as well. Sugary or heavily processed drinks can spike insulin and promote fluid retention. Simple, low-sugar drinks are easier for the body to process and less likely to worsen swelling. This is particularly important for seniors managing blood sugar or insulin sensitivity. Consistency remains the key factor. One supportive cup taken daily sends repeated signals that help the body regulate fluid more effectively. Sporadic use produces limited results because the body adapts slowly. Gentle daily routines work better than aggressive or irregular approaches. These internal supports are most effective when combined with light movement. Even short walks or ankle movements help activate the calf muscles that push fluid upward. The drink supports the internal environment, while movement provides the mechanical action needed for fluid transport. Early changes may include reduced tightness by evening, quicker fading of sock marks, or less heaviness after sitting. These signs indicate that fluid is being managed more efficiently, even if some swelling remains visible. Understanding how hydration, minerals, inflammation, and circulation work together helps explain why a simple daily cup can support ankle comfort when used consistently and paired with realistic daily habits. Even with proper hydration and internal support, ankle comfort after 60 depends heavily on daily movement and posture. Fluid does not move on its own. It relies on physical signals from muscles and joints to travel upward against gravity. The lower legs are especially vulnerable because they are the furthest point from the heart, making them the first place fluid collects when movement is limited. The calf muscles play a critical role in this process. Each time you walk or move your ankles, these muscles contract and relax, squeezing the veins and pushing blood and fluid upward. This is why the calves are often called the body's second heart. When movement decreases, this pumping action weakens, allowing fluid to settle around the ankles. Long periods of sitting or standing without movement significantly increase swelling. Sitting for hours with feet planted on the floor slows circulation. Standing still for long periods does the same. In both cases, gravity pulls fluid downward and keeps it there. Many seniors unintentionally worsen ankle discomfort by remaining in one position for too long, especially during television viewing, reading, or travel. Gentle movement throughout the day is more effective than intense exercise. Short walks, standing up regularly, or simply moving the ankles while seated helps maintain fluid flow. Rotating the ankles, flexing the feet, and pointing the toes activate the muscles that assist circulation without stressing the joints. Posture also affects fluid movement. Sitting with legs crossed compresses major veins and blocks the return of blood and fluid. This restriction forces fluid to remain in the lower legs. Keeping feet flat on the floor and changing positions often helps maintain open pathways for circulation. Footwear and clothing choices matter more than many people realize. Tight socks or shoes that compress the ankles create pressure points that trap fluid below them. Deep sock marks are a sign that circulation is being restricted. Choosing comfortable footwear and socks with gentle elasticity allows fluid to move more freely. Breathing patterns influence circulation as well. Deep, steady breathing helps activate the diaphragm, which assists venous and lymphatic return. Shallow breathing limits this support, especially during long periods of sitting. Simple awareness of breathing can enhance fluid movement without additional effort. Sleep position contributes to daily fluid reset. Lying flat allows fluid to redistribute more evenly throughout the body. Elevating the legs slightly with a pillow can enhance this effect, particularly after days with prolonged sitting or standing. Fear of movement often becomes a barrier. Many seniors reduce activity due to fear of pain, imbalance, or fatigue. However, inactivity weakens circulation further, increasing stiffness and swelling. Gentle, controlled movement is generally safer and more effective than prolonged stillness. Consistency is essential. Occasional movement helps temporarily, but regular daily activity produces lasting improvements. Small actions repeated throughout the day create cumulative benefits that support ankle comfort. Early progress may appear as less heaviness in the evening, faster reduction of swelling after rest, or improved comfort when walking. These signs indicate that fluid is moving more efficiently through the lower legs and ankles. Many people struggle with ankle swelling after 60, not because they are doing nothing, but because certain everyday habits quietly work against fluid balance. One of the most common issues is prolonged inactivity disguised as rest. Sitting for long stretches may feel helpful, but it removes the muscle activity needed to push fluid upward. Without this natural pumping action, fluid settles around the ankles and remains there longer. Another common habit is drinking large amounts of fluid all at once, especially late in the evening. While hydration is important, timing matters. When large volumes are consumed close to bedtime, the body has limited opportunity to process and release excess fluid before lying down. This often results in fluid shifting downward overnight and contributing to morning stiffness or persistent swelling. Overcorrecting salt intake can also be counterproductive. While excess sodium does promote fluid retention, eliminating salt too aggressively without balancing other minerals can confuse the body's regulatory systems. Potassium and magnesium help control where fluid is stored, and when these are low, the body may cling to water, even when salt intake is reduced. Tight clothing and accessories around the ankles or calves are another overlooked contributor. Socks with tight elastic bands or shoes that compress the foot create pressure points that block circulation. Fluid then becomes trapped below the restriction, increasing swelling as the day progresses. Deep sock marks are often an early sign of this problem. Posture habits also matter. Crossing the legs while sitting compresses veins and limits blood return. Sitting with feet tucked under chairs or remaining in one position for long periods restricts circulation in similar ways. Small adjustments in posture throughout the day help keep fluid pathways open. Dehydration is frequently misunderstood. Many seniors intentionally limit water intake to reduce bathroom trips, yet dehydration signals the body to conserve fluid. This protective response often leads to increased fluid retention in tissues, including the ankles. Consistent, moderate hydration helps prevent this cycle. Medication effects are sometimes overlooked. Certain blood pressure medications, anti-inflammatory drugs, and treatments for heart or metabolic conditions may contribute to ankle swelling. This does not mean medications should be stopped, but it does mean swelling often has multiple contributing factors working together. Compression garments are another area where mistakes occur. Using compression socks that are too tight or worn incorrectly can restrict circulation rather than support it. Proper compression should feel supportive and comfortable, not constricting. Stress also plays a role. Chronic stress affects hormone balance and increases inflammation, both of which promote fluid retention. Calm routines, adequate rest, and stress reduction support better fluid regulation. Many people become discouraged when swelling does not improve quickly and abandon helpful habits too soon. Ankle swelling usually develops gradually and responds best to consistent, long-term support rather than quick fixes. Understanding how these everyday habits influence fluid movement explains why swelling can persist despite good intentions and why gentle, consistent adjustments often produce better results over time. Long-term ankle comfort after 60 is rarely achieved through a single action. It comes from building a simple daily rhythm that supports how the aging body naturally manages fluid. When routines are steady and realistic, the body responds more predictably, and swelling becomes easier to control rather than something that feels random or unavoidable. A supportive routine starts with steady hydration spread throughout the day. Small, regular sips help the kidneys regulate fluid more effectively than large amounts consumed all at once. This steady intake prevents the body from entering conservation mode, where it holds onto water out of protection. Warm or room temperature drinks are generally better tolerated by aging circulation and help maintain smoother blood flow. Including one consistent daily cup designed to support fluid balance reinforces this process. When taken at roughly the same time each day, it sends a repeated signal that helps the body coordinate circulation, kidney function, and inflammation control. This kind of gentle repetition aligns with how the body adapts over time rather than forcing sudden changes. Movement fits naturally into this rhythm. Short walks, light stretching, or simple ankle motions spaced throughout the day help keep fluid from settling in the lower legs. These actions do not need to be strenuous to be effective. The key is frequency, not intensity. Regular movement supports the muscle pump that assists fluid return and complements internal hydration support. Posture awareness strengthens the routine further. Sitting with feet flat, avoiding leg crossing, and changing positions regularly keeps blood vessels open. When resting, slight leg elevation helps gravity work in your favor without placing strain on joints or muscles. Footwear choices contribute more than most people expect. Shoes and socks that allow natural movement and do not create tight pressure points reduce the risk of trapping fluid below the ankle. Removing restrictive footwear in the evening often brings noticeable comfort. Sleep habits also support fluid regulation. Consistent sleep schedules help regulate hormones that influence inflammation and fluid retention. Quality sleep allows the body to redistribute fluid overnight, often reducing morning stiffness and heaviness. Stress management quietly supports all of these systems. Chronic stress affects hormone balance and increases inflammatory signaling, both of which encourage fluid retention. Calm routines, gentle pacing, and adequate rest help the body maintain equilibrium. Dietary balance reinforces the routine when focused on moderation rather than extremes. Supporting potassium intake from whole foods while moderating sodium helps regulate fluid at the cellular level. Heavy late meals and excess sugar can interfere with this balance and worsen overnight swelling. Progress is usually gradual. Early improvements may appear as less evening tightness, faster reduction of sock marks, or a lighter feeling in the legs after sitting. These signs indicate that fluid movement is improving even if swelling has not disappeared completely. Consistency remains more important than perfection. Missing a day does not undo progress, but returning to old habits entirely allows swelling to return. Small supportive actions repeated daily create cumulative benefits that are easier to maintain over time.